Edge, rated R, no more. Now this week on Raw, we saw Edge, who's just been drafted to that program, in the backstage area, and indeed alongside a WWE official by all accounts, basically telling him that all that stuff he did before that was rated R is now finished. No more of that PG stuff. And this is where we have to wonder where Edge can go now, because I mean, Edge, so synonymous with that title, the rated R superstar. We remember him from moments like when he was in the bed with Lita and things like that, where he was really just pushing that boundary. Now, where can a guy like that go now in such a rigorously safe environment, in that of the PG environment that we speak so much about now? And indeed, was this just the writers basically saying to us, yeah, we are PG, get over it, Edge is finished?
Yeah, I think they're very aware of the backlash against the PG thing, and certainly acknowledging it like that is an obvious statement. Like you said, just get over it. Basically, you're not going to see it. It's done. But for Edge, it's going to be tough. I mean, what worries me is the amount of really good heels in WWE at the moment, from Miz, Jericho, Punk. I mean, they're just all cylinders. They're firing. Actually, speaking of which, I thought of a good name for Chris Jericho and the Miz if they make a tag team. Chris Miz, like that. Watching you, Stanford, copyright infringement. Have my lawyers on to you. But getting back to Edge, yeah, there's too many really good heels, and they're all delivering a lot better than he is, I think, and he is really good. We saw the hint of Babyface come back, and everybody went, "Oh Jesus, no, please, no, not Babyface Edge, please, no." And it was a bit short-lived. But then again, you have Randy the Viper, who's just kind of straight down the middle a little bit, unexpected, stone cold vibe, but in the babyface sort of way. So for Edge, all the spots are taken, I think, and it's going to get tough for him. And I think you can certainly see that he's feeling the pressure.
He certainly is, and that's exactly it. He has now been put in a position where he has to switch back very quickly to that heel persona, whereas he's just spent the past couple of months as a babyface. Now, we all called for that to end. Who actually felt that Edge babyface worked? It didn't work. I mean, all they could put behind the guy was this spear stuff. Now, if that's all you're going to do to put a guy over and just use that one move, it's a good move. It always looks impactful. But let's be honest, he needs a hell of a lot more than that. And what did Edge have before this? He just had his evilness, the bad things that he would do. He was the Viper Part 2. And indeed, we know now that Edge will take on Randy Orton at Over the Limit. Later on in this playlist on YouTube and on Justin, we'll speak about our Over the Limit predictions. But anyway, Edge versus Randy Orton, as you know, big Randy Orton mark. I'm excited about this match because I really liked when they were rated RKO. That was fantastic, and indeed that unfortunately kind of came to an end after they were at that New Year's Revolution with Triple H and I think, was it Cena? Somebody like that.
Yeah, I think it was Cena and Trips, and yeah, rated. That was fucking, yeah, that was good stuff actually, and goes to show what both guys are capable, and I suppose why both guys are at the top of the business in a sense, WWE. But I think the thing with Edge is that I think that the best kind of his best run as heel was with Vicky, and how I think certainly she had a lot to do with it, and really brought that heat from the crowd just constantly, every Friday, every SmackDown when it would start with Vicky and Edge. It was so over in a heat way that even I was going, oh Jesus Christ, please no, not Edge and Vicky again. And you'd watch it, and it was quite entertaining, I have to say. But to get him back to that level where there's that much heat on him, and to really be hated by the WWE universe, I think it's going to take a lot of work, like I say, because the spots are gone, and Miz and Jericho have those spots now, and Edge is going to just miss the boat. So, not to repeat myself, but it's going to be tough work.
Tough work for Edge. He has to do something now that hasn't been done successfully very often. Let's try and think about this on the spot. Who has ever been changed to a babyface in such a serious way? And I mean that in the sense that he was put on WrestleMania up there at the very top with Chris Jericho. So that was, we need you to be babyface for the next year, 2 years, 3 years. Who decided then this was going to end? Was it the spear backlash? Was it just the lack of good heels? That's always the case. And when you switch Randy Orton, you're going to remove probably about 20% of the good heel out of the company. But then what's left? So Edge had to go back. Now we are on another feud. We've got Edge versus Randy Orton, and indeed just so interesting to see these guys switched up and to see them in those different roles. Now of course Randy Orton this week, he had that new t-shirt on. They're pushing him like the Viper. What a perfect guy to help Edge back to heel. I mean, if there's one guy that can help him do that, it's got to be Orton.
Yeah, I think they're two guys who, and it's an interesting and it's appealing, I think, and it's definitely, it's even over already, I think, this match, and I expect it to be definitely the highlight of this pay-per-view that's coming up over the limit. But I think Randy working with Edge is perfect, and like you say, the role reversal is interesting, but you could see straight away when he had that small couple of weeks when it was Edge babyface, it wasn't working. It was too quick a swerve for him just to go straight on and straight into straight-laced Edge, and going back to Edge and Christian days where it was over at the time, but I think it would be very stale and very done if he was to keep up that on his own as Edge babyface solo without the help of Christian, or if Christian was pulled back in and they did a whole Edge and Christian part 2. It just wouldn't work. It's just not the right timing for it, especially when you got guys like Punk who are just nailing that stuff on the opposite end from the heel side of it. But yeah, going forward, I hope it lasts. I hope this feud lasts, and I hope somewhere along the line we get some seriously good TV out of both guys.
Some good TV to come, and I think we're going to have a replay of this, not just over the next few weeks, but certainly at Over the Limit. That match is